Welcome to South Carolina Commercial MLS Rules and Regulations. In the MLS, we have different types of listings that are allowed. Exclusive agency means the seller retains the right to sell without paying a commission. Exclusive right to sell or lease is an agreement where the seller's broker will receive a commission from the seller regardless of who brings the buyer into the purchase. It's important to note the differences between these two. Now, we have three types of listings that could be either exclusive agency or exclusive right to sell. We have three types of listings that could either be exclusive agency or exclusive right to sell. Co-lists, where both parties must be a participant or subscriber. A co-listing is a listing in which two agents from different companies are both selling the property together. Limited service, where the listing broker gives the cooperating broker specific authority to show and/or negotiate directly. And office exclusive, where the seller does not want their property to be listed in the MLS. We also have four types of listings that are not allowed in the MLS. Open listings, which are listings that use multiple real estate agents in order to sell, and whichever agent sells the property collects the commission. Net listings. Under a net listing, the broker can offer the property for sale at the highest price obtainable to increase the commission. This type of listing is illegal in South Carolina and therefore not allowed in the MLS. Duplicate listings are not allowed either. These are listings that are not co-listed with a different company. Businesses without real property conveying are not eligible for inclusion in the commercial MLS system. Commission versus compensation. Commission is between the seller and listing broker, is strictly negotiable, and there is no normal. Compensation is the percent or dollar amount offered to other MLS participants for their services in the sale or lease of a listing. The listing broker retains the right to determine the amount of compensation offered to other participants, acting as subagents, buyer's agents, or in other agency or non-agency capacities defined by law, which may be the same or different. The compensation field in the MLS is a required field and must contain a value greater than 0 for inclusion in the MLS. Value should be entered as a percentage of the gross selling price or as a definite dollar amount. Per mandated MLS policy, the MLS shall not fix, control, recommend, suggest, or maintain the division of commissions or fees between cooperating participants or between participants and non-participants. Let's move on to the different statuses in Catylist. The different status types are active, incomplete, irregular price or size, missing field, inactive, outdated, private, sale pending, lease pending, sold, expired, or leased. Outdated listings. In an effort to maintain accuracy in the MLS system, Catylist requires that you verify the status of your active listings every 6 weeks. Listings that have not been touched in 45 days will fall into this outdated category and simply need to be verified or updated if necessary. They will not show in search results while they remain outdated. If you have listings that are nearing the 45-day mark, Catylist will send you an email alert and also show an alert on your dashboard and listing manager pages. From the dashboard view, simply click on My Listings with the red triangle. From the listing manager view, you will have a pink box that will show up at the top, alerting you that you have listings that need attention. Listing photos. Licensees must obtain proper license for any photos that they do not own. This includes photos taken from the internet, for example, photos of amenities, landmarks, etc. If you wish to use another agent's photos from a previous listing, you must get written permission from the agent and the photographer if applicable. Recommended practice is to take all listing photos yourself or hire a photographer and obtain proper documentation for use. Questions should be directed to your broker in charge and or the MLS. Report guidelines. The commercial MLS system, Catylist, has a variety of listing reports available. When preparing a report for a client as the buyer's agent, be sure to customize the report and select to include your contact information rather than the listing agent's contact information. You will do this under the General Options section. For listing entry, commercial listings must be entered into the MLS within 5 business days of the listing agreement date. For example, if the listing agreement date is a Friday, the listing would need to be entered by midnight on the following Friday. The weekend is not factored into the count. Moving on to listing penalties and fines. Accuracy in your listing input is very important. If you do not follow the rules, you may be subject to a penalty or fine. The following are rules that are subject to penalties and fines in the MLS. Listing entry. Listings must be entered into MLS within 5 business days of the effective date on the listing agreement. Late entries will incur a $50 fine. Repeated violations will result in a meeting with the MLS Board of Directors and possible censure, fine, suspension, or termination. Contact information. Personal contact information, such as names, phone numbers, email addresses, company name, website information, social media contact information, may not be entered into remarks, directions, photos, or virtual media. This includes such comments as contact listing agent for additional information. Offending content will be removed immediately and the participant broker in charge will be fined $250. If it is re-entered, the listing will be withdrawn. Potential financing information. Proposed financing information should be disclosed through dedicated fields and may not be entered into the public remarks. This includes the names of financing programs for which the listing may qualify for and contact information for lenders. The participant broker in charge will be fined $50 for the violation. Any content of rules violation will be removed immediately and the listing agent will be notified. Inaccurate information. Intentional inaccuracy in required fields is not allowed in the MLS. The participant broker in charge will be fined $125 if the inaccuracies are not corrected after 2 business days of notification by the MLS staff. If not corrected within those 2 days after original notification, the MLS staff will correct the inaccuracy. Directions. Directions must be for the property address listed. Participant broker in charge will be fined $50 for violation of the direction rules. Any content violation of the rule will be removed immediately and the listing agent notified. Photo entry. All listings should have photos in the MLS within 5 business days of the effective date of the listing. 1 photo must be of the front of the building. Rentals must also have at least 1 photo of the front of the building. If photos are not uploaded within 5 business days of listing input date, the participant broker in charge will be fined $50 for violation. Photo entry exceptions. Any seller may opt out of photo representation. Proper documentation is required. Under construction and